Okay, if it is Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern time, that can mean just one thing. It's time for the weekly goRIA live stream. I'm Chuck Vela, and this week I'm going to give a bit of a recap because there's been a lot to recap here at goRIA. So as you all know, we like to use these Wednesday live streams to kind of put a spotlight on one or two things that have been added to the goRIA site. But there's been so much great content. Really, we've had just the pleasure of some really great guests recently. And what I'd like to do is kind of a quick screen share and bring you guys to the site itself. Here it is. And easy enough to get to, just www.goria.com. I just want to go back on the past just couple of months worth of podcasts because it really is some great content and some phenomenal guests. Kind of going most recent to going back a little further, I guess. We had David Blanchett most recently. And we talked about something called the CDA, which is a contingent deferred annuity, which frankly, I never heard of. And it's a really interesting take on not even a fee-based annuity, right? So those of us in the RIA space try to stay away from commission annuities for the most part. You could be a hybrid, of course, but generally speaking, you want to keep things fee-based. And, you know, the folks over at DPL, David Lau, we've had him as a guest as well, have done some great work on fee-based annuities, but this is taking it, in my opinion, to a whole nother level. And David Blanchett from PGIM was kind enough to share some of these thoughts on a contingent deferred annuity, which essentially is an annuity overlay that lays right on top of your custodial account, right? So you could have a portfolio at your custodian of preference, Fidelity, Schwab, Ray J, whatever it is, and maintain that portfolio, you know, ETFs, mutual funds, whatever you like to do, but still put an income benefit on top of that, similar to a living benefit in an annuity, but it lives on top of your portfolio. Pretty cool stuff. Then we had April Rudin not too long ago talking about, of course, marketing and had some really great insights there on marketing in general. But she has some really cool insights on the idea of marketing in the RIA space versus the broker-dealer space. And as you can see here, spoiler alert, it can be much better, right? A little bit more freedom and flexibility. Michael Kitces, what else do you need to say? It was Michael, and it was fantastic. And Michael was super generous. He gave us over 42 minutes worth of time. And I was just thrilled. And we talked about everything from his thoughts on private equity in the RIA space, to compliance in the RIA space, to video games, right? So we covered everything. It was really a pleasure. And I've been a huge Michael Kitces fan, as many of us are, for a long time. So that was a great one. Now, we are goria.com, but we like to be open-minded, right? So we had an entire podcast about who should not go RIA, right? Almost a blasphemous thing to say here on goRIA, but there are some people that maybe are not good candidates for going RIA. And I had a great chat with Jackie Wilke from First Trust all about that. Diana Cabrices, who's going to be a regular guest with us, we did a Herd on the Street with her, and we covered a lot of really interesting information about the tech stack. And we're going to have her back soon talking about some estate planning things as well. And, you know, the list goes on, but I have to mention my good friend, Aaron Klein, founder of Nitrogen, of course, formerly Riskalyze. And we talked about taking a risk-first approach to growing your advisory business. So, I mean, look at this list. It's an A list for sure. Aaron Klein, Diana Cabrices, Jackie Wilke, Michael Kitces, April Rudin, David Blanchett, and the list kind of goes on. So we've really added some tremendous content here. So if you are an advisor looking to go RIA, and a lot of advisors are these days, come check us out. There's a lot of great information on here. In addition to the podcasts, we also have some live streams. I'll be doing some live streams coming up soon from some other conferences throughout the country. And we also have some really good just written content, almost like a white paper plus. It's more than an article. It's not quite a full white paper, but it gives you some really good deep dives into certain topics that would be top of mind for anyone that's looking to go RIA. So check it out. So that's all I have for us this week. So if you haven't been to the website recently, check it out. You're going to see a lot of big names and some really A-plus content. Simply go to www.goria.com and you'll see it all there. A couple of things with regards to upcoming events. I will be having the pleasure of chairing the RIA Connect in-person conference for investment news. It's going to be in New York City on April 16th. If you'd like to go there, just go to the website. You can actually get there through here by clicking the investment news link, or you can go to investment news directly. Go to the events section. When you register, put in Chuck 25 and you'll get a 25% discount. And who doesn't want that? That's on April 16th, New York City. Then what I'm really excited about as well, not the first ever, but the first in a while, we're doing a goRIA virtual summit. That's kind of my baby. And that's kind of how all of this started. I'm super excited for this. That's going to be on June 13th, virtual, right? So you can just dial in from anywhere. And the registration for that is not up yet, but it will be soon. But save the date. If you are an advisor looking to goRIA, I promise you that will be the must-attend virtual or in-person summit you're going to want to come to. We're going to have multiple sessions, panel discussions, keynotes, 100% laser focused on delivering the information you would want as you're planning your course or even decision whether you want to or not goRIA. So check those out. And that's it for today. Again, go to goRIA.com. You'll see all this information. And on behalf of goRIA, fueled by investment news, I'm Chuck Vela, and I'll see you again this time next week, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks for joining us.